Hi everyone, this side of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I have a project share. I had picked up a die from that place where we get those economical dies. I don't want to get in trouble. And I love Christmas movies, and usually one of the ones that I don't miss is The Grinch. I love the Grinch movie, and so I always watch it. And I had picked up this die because it reminded me, or it's intended to be that, and I love it. I love it. So I had bought it, I picked it up, and it was sitting on my desk, and I really hadn't put it away. So I decided to just go ahead and play with it. That way I can put it away. It comes with the sentiment, but this is really small, and the words are separate. There might be a couple that are together, but this is like a very tedious sentiment die to put together. So I don't like that. Then it came with this ornament die, and this one is from, I believe, The Nightmare Before Christmas. So it came with that. Then it came with the Grinch hand, which that's the sleeve, and then this is the cuff, and then the hand. So it came with these pieces, and I don't know if you guys ever watch Crystal. Crystal is, I'm busy crafting. She creates a lot of cards with different I'm gonna say themes. Like she'll do just different things, and she does a really good job at it. And sometimes the dies that she gets are really simple dies like this, and she makes really beautiful cards. So I was inspired by her because she does do good work. And I'm going to link Crystal's channel in the description box below in case you guys are not following her and you are a card maker. She has great ideas, and her work is crisp and clean. I love it. So I want to share with you what else I used. I used a snowflake embossing folder by Doris. I've had this one a really long time, but any embossing folder with a winter theme will do. I also used this Crafter's Companion luxury cardstock, and this is 300 GSM, so it's really thick, and it's all the colors. It's different textures or finishes on paper, which is the foil. Then it's got some glitter paper. I hope the lighting is good, you guys, because I'm kind of changed. I kind of scooted a little bit over where I create, and I'm not sure how well it's going to look. There might be some shadow, but we'll see. Anyway, I use this, and if anything's available, if I can find it, I will link it in the description box below, but I'm not sure. And then I use a black alcohol marker. You can use any one, and I use the microfine marker as well for the mouth of the ornament. The ornament itself, it cuts out the eyes, the holes in the nostrils, and where it hangs, but it doesn't cut out the mouth. And all I did was cut it out, and I backed it with some black for the eyes and the nose. But the mouth is where I use my pen, my micro pen, to get into those little indentations or those embossing lines that the cutout has, or that the die leaves. So that's how I accomplished that. But I want to share with you the first card I created. This was the first one, and I didn't like, this was really small. I didn't like to fuss with that, and most of the words are separate. Most of the letters are separate, so I didn't care for that too much. But I did go ahead and use it, and I dotted the eyes with a crystal because I wasn't about to be looking for those little cutouts. Here is the hand right here. I love the way that came out, and then the ornament is hanging there. So it depends on where you put it, you know, on the height of your ornament. And I did use some gold stickles for it to look like the ornament was hanging like on some metallic gold twine. So I did stickle up the little hanging part. But that was the first one that I created. I did make it a tent card, which means that the fold is on the top, and this is a standard A4, which means it's a 4¼ by 5½. And you can get, out of an 8½ by 11 sheet of paper, you can get 2 cards. So that's what I did. And I love the way this looks. I did add foam to the back of the ornament, And for the back, I just punched out a circle, guys, with some scrap paper, a circle that would encompass the eyes and the nose, and glued it to the back. That's all I did there. So, and then here's where I use my pen. And I love the simplicity of this card. I did use some green, like a, I don't know, like a lime green right here to mat the card, to have that a little something. And this is lighter weight paper, but that's okay because it's on a heavyweight card base. And I was also going to add something to the top. So whenever you're using it as just a matting layer, you don't have to double up or anything. Even if it's a 65-pound paper, it works. But that's the first one that I created. And I thought, oh, I like that. It's nice. And I thought, but it needs more. There was something about it I didn't like. So then I tried it with black. And I like the contrast of the black with the white and the green. And then the sentiment, I created this one on my, in my Silhouette Studio. I have the business edition. And I cut it out with my Brother Scan and Cut because I love the way a Brother Scan and Cut cuts better than the Silhouette Cameo, because I have both. And to me, the Brother Scan and Cut is very smooth as far as cutting. And it did a pretty good job on the words. Sometimes they don't, so, and that's because I need a new blade. It still did a pretty good job, and I welded the words, the letters together, so if I was putting down Christmas, it's just one die cut. If I'm putting down before, it's one die cut. So that's what I did. And afterwards, I thought, oh, I should have added some white flakes, specks to it to make it look like it's a snowy night. And that was an afterthought. So here I went in with a white Jelly Roll pen and added the white specks for it to look like snow. And I do like this one. It's not my favorite though. So that was the second one that I created. And then I created a third one, which is this one. And I like this one better. The only thing I didn't like about this one is that the snowflake embossing folder that I use had a lot of snowflakes, and sometimes I want that and sometimes I don't. And where I glued down the sleeve part, it shows through. You can see it's rough there. So what I did for my second one, I cut this out twice. One in the paper, my top layer paper, and another one in a heavyweight scrap cardstock. And I glued them together. That way when I glued it down, you wouldn't be able to see the indentations or the embossing on my die cut, the top one. So that's how I took care of that. Here I did in my Silhouette again, Merry Grinchmas, and I dotted the eye with a bling. I added some bling to a few of the snowflakes, not too many. And I added the tiniest little red bow right there. So I like this one better, and I added a black border. And how I do these, after I cut out my base, I'll downsize 1/4 of an inch with every layer. So if this one measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, my black piece measures 5 1/4 tall by 4 inches. So I downsize 1/2 inch. My next layer, I take off another 1/4 of an inch from top and bottom, from the height and the width. So that's how I do my layers, because I only like a very small border. So I really like this. Also, I personally, like I said, I don't care about cutting sentiments with my machine, because I don't like the way they look. I like a beveled edge look that the die, I think the die leaves a very crisp, clean cut. But for some reason, this cut that heavyweight glitter cardstock really well. So I will keep using it for glittered heavyweight cardstock, because it does a really good job on that. And I like this. I like it. So that was the second one. Again, this is a tent fold as well. And these will fit. There's not so much dimension that they don't fit in a regular envelope. So I do like that one. And then I said, well, let me make another one with a different embossing folder. And let me fix the issue where you could see the embossing on the main piece. I didn't like that. it didn't look clean to me. So these are the next ones that I created, and I actually did two. So these are the next ones that I created. I kept everything the same, but the embossing folder that I used had less snowflakes on it, and I like that. Another thing that I like is I didn't add a sentiment. So to me, this is a very clean and simple card, and I really like it. I really like it. I added the bow again to there, the foam here, and for the hand, I wanted to add dimension to it. Because I was putting the ornament on dimension, that means that the hanging portion of it was going to be elevated. So I needed to elevate the hand. So I cut it out 3 times with heavyweight cardstock and glued them one on top of each other. And then I added my last layer in my decorative paper. So I recommend that if you're going to get something like this, and this is one of those economical dies, you guys, so you can easily order 2 or 3 and it's not going to break the bank, because all the pieces are little pieces. The biggest part here is the ornament, and even that's not that big. So this is a great way to use up those scraps. I didn't pull out any full sheets of anything other than to make my card base. Everything else was cut with scraps. And I love the way this one looks. So, but you guys be the judge. There's this one, which is my favorite, my personal favorite. And then this one. And then this one. See, I feel like this one was missing a layer. If it would have had a black layer, I think I would have liked it more. But because it didn't have that black layer, I didn't care for it too much. But once I added that black layer to the back, I do like the way that looks. And I don't have very much Christmas paper, so for me this worked really well. And then there's this one, which I don't know. I feel like it still needs something. It doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look like a professional or a store-bought card. And I like my cards to look like they were actually purchased, manufactured, you know, for a store. There's something about that cleanness, that crispness that I like. And that's what I like about Crystal's cards. Her cards are really, really crisp. And she sent me one time, and I don't even know if I shared it, but I really like it. And I love her work. So this one to me, I need to improve on this one. But these came out really, really nice. They fit in a standard A4 card envelope. And you can put these through the mail. There's not so much dimension that they don't fit. They fit perfectly. But my all-time favorite, I would have to say, is this one that's more simple. I like clean and simple. Anyway, guys, that's all that I had to share with y'all today. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I hope that the lighting was good. We shall see. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.